Topic 8 of Sustainability, Lesson 2, Sustainable Consumption. Sustainable consumption is reducing the use of resources of a product. International-Mindedness. Different eco-labeling and energy labeling schemes across the world could be standardized. Look at all these symbols on the bottom right of this screen. I bet you recognize 3, 4, maybe 5 or 6 of them, but there's probably a lot that you don't. What if everybody in the world used the same symbols? TOK. Eco-warriors sometimes break laws to express their views. Does the rightness or wrongness of an action depend on the situation? Sustainable consumption. It's not about consuming less, but consuming differently. Designers need to recognize the importance of consumerism in developed countries, and as an ambition in many developing countries. Societies, particularly in developed countries, are throwaway. Consumers need to be encouraged to repair and reuse products. For us, if something breaks, it's so easy to just go down the street to Target or Walmart or Costco and buy a new one. A lot of times it's even cheaper. But what that means is a lot more stuff ends up in a landfill when just a small component of it might have been faulty. Sustainable design and production. This can be achieved in a number of ways. Not buying more food than needed and reducing waste. Changing attitudes towards water and energy use. Turning taps off when brushing your teeth. Aerating water in showers. Using less water per flush toilets. And using gray water. Classifying sustainable attitudes. These are 4 categories. You will usually see a question about at least one of these in the exams in May. So make sure you have some idea what the difference is. Eco-warriors are actively demonstrating on environmental issues. They're the ones out in the streets screaming, and they want change right now. Okay? These people are fired up and they want to see the world become a better place, at least in their eyes. Eco-champions. They champion environmental issues with organizations. Okay, so they're not necessarily breaking the law and doing a lot of the crazy things that an eco-warrior might do, but they definitely are actively working towards better environmental sustainability. Eco-fans. These are people that support environmentally friendly practices. They're enthusiastic about it, and they get excited about the opportunities to make things better. Okay? They're not necessarily at the level of a champion, and they're certainly not at the level of a warrior. Eco-phobes. They actively resent talk about environmental protection. And if you don't think these people exist, they certainly do. Eco-labeling. Many eco and energy labeling schemes have similarities. International standardization makes it easier for consumers to understand. Corporate strategies. Impact on the design brief. For example, during the market development. When creating a market for sustainable products, consider the following approaches. You need to be thinking about the pricing for your product. Stimulating demand for green products. And the production of green products. Pressure groups can influence the market and the product cycle. They inform consumers about environmental issues and ethical issues relating to the activities of certain multinational corporations. They are able to exert considerable influence to press for change. For example, genetically modification, food production. Using the media and social media. So I put a picture of some fracking what's the word? Not supporters, but the resistance to fracking. It's been a hot topic for several decades now. So frack is whack. So these protesters are not big fans. They would definitely be considered a pressure group. Have you ever actually seen fracking happen? Maybe you have, maybe you haven't, but you've probably heard about it and seen it because of these groups that want you to know about it. Curbing consumption. Some companies incorporate ethics into their corporate strategy. Designers need to work within such constraints, curb and manage Western consumption, that throwaway society, while raising the standard of living of the developing world without increasing its resource use and environmental impact. Legislation. Implications for the design cycle and product cycle. And take-back legislation. Many implications for designers, manufacturers, and consumers. Okay, take-back legislation means you design a product, you make that product, your consumer uses it. When they are done with it, the product comes back to you and you deal with it at that point. Aim 5. It is not only the role of designers to create markets for sustainable products. Consumers need to express a want and need for these products. Okay, this is a great video. If the resolution isn't good, go ahead and just scan the QR code. Actually, I'm going to let you all just scan the QR code so it'll keep my recording shorter here. But it's entertaining and it's all about eco warriors, and you'll probably recognize some of the people in it because there's a bunch of really wealthy business people that you'll probably recognize some of the faces.